Okay, so you know what time it is. We're doing the monthly wrap-up. I do fear this might be kind of a boring monthly wrap-up because, one, I didn't read that many books, like an outrageous amount of books. 6, which is like, wait, did I? Assassin's Blade was a while ago. She can go there. I read 5. 4 of them are a part of a series that if you're not new here, you know what series it is. And probably know my thoughts on them. Regardless, gotta do the monthly wrap-up. So, terrible month to start it on. I like when other people do their monthly wrap-ups and they do like statistics. I love that because I'm a big statistic-taking girl. Unfortunately, for this month, it will be very quick and easy, but 5 books total, 1 romance, and 4 fantasy. So that is the total. That is where the statistics come to an end. Let me actually see. It would be helpful to have my phone for this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna put in total page count because I think that's cool to see. So let's get into it. First, I read Thrive. This is the, I believe, 5th book in the Addicted Calloway Sister series. Let's find out. It's not in here, apparently. I went into this with like low hopes because, as I have said before, this jumps back in time from the book before this is Hot House Flower, and it jumps back before Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower, so like I wasn't super excited about it, but ended up really enjoying it, like way more than I thought I was. So I gave it a 4.25, which is pretty high compared to the other Addicted books. This one is solely an Addicted book. It's not a Calloway Sister book, and I think so far this is my favorite Addicted book, if that makes sense. Like, based on Lo and Lily, one of my favorites. This seemed like a really long time ago, so I don't fully remember everything. I also read it in the salon, like while I was getting my hair done on my Kindle. And every time I read a book on my Kindle, the plot, for some reason, doesn't stick with me as much as a physical book does. I also can't really talk much about it because it's in a series and I don't want to spoil anything. But it follows Lily and Lo through the timelines of Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower. So if you liked those books, obviously, you're still going to like this one because it's all the same events. And I did. So, the long-awaited Throne of Glass was started. Okay, I can make it real easy. Very easy. Every single book, 4.25. Oh my god. Every single book that I read. Oh, I forgot. Okay, one side note. I did forget a book because I reread it, so I will go grab it in a minute. 2, other than that reread, every single book this month was a 4.25, which is really weird. So average rating of the month, 4.25. Every single book I like equally. If I were to pick a least favorite so far, it would be Crown of Midnight. But like, I still enjoyed it thoroughly, the exact same as all the others. So do I enjoy these 2 more than Crown of Midnight? Yes. But in my head, I was having a good time the whole time. So anyways, I'm going to kind of like not rapid fire, but I'm not going to go into super detail because obviously I can't talk about them very much because I don't want to spoil anything. If you want to go into Throne of Glass completely blind though, I will let you know when you can skip ahead to my non-Throne of Glass book. All right. Throne of Glass, ate it up. The whole vibe of her training and getting back in shape type of setting, you know, and all the trials, really, really loved. And then when it took a turn... It's so hard to talk about these. When it took a turn, if you've read it, you know what the turn is. I didn't love it as much, but, you know, still, like, this feels like something that would be nostalgic because of the first half of the book. I can see this being a nostalgic read in the future. Crown of Midnight, obviously 4.25. Focused more on characters that I didn't feel as emotionally connected to. And then something happens where you are pushed away from the one character that I do feel connected to. So, I don't know. And it was a lot more, like, rebel talk. New introduction, love the new introduction, was obsessed. It felt again like to the similar vibes of Throne of Glass where it was like a lot of training, so I really liked that part, just like obviously with the added aspect. Oh, that reminds me, the end of this book is one of my favorite ends so far. Like, the end of this book was really cool and had me on the edge of my seat, more so than the first one. The end of this book, also love, love, love. Edge of my seat the whole time, more so than the end of this book, but I'll get there. So this new introduction to the world and the character, absolutely loved, ate it up, can see why this is some people's favorite, and can also see why it's some people's like least favorite. But I really, really enjoyed. This one went into it with the absolute highest of hopes because not only did Logan say this is her favorite, to be fair, she hasn't finished the series. This is the last book she read. Everyone was saying that like Queen of Shadows is absolutely crazy, mind-blowing, the end is crazy. And so I had in my mind the same way people talked about the end of the ACOTAR books being mind-blowing crazy. That's what I expected, and it didn't quite fulfill, if that makes sense. I think if I hadn't read ACOTAR yet, I would be like, whoa, mind blown, absolutely loving, obsessed. But I'm comparing it to ACOTAR, and ACOTAR is a slight step above for me. Hate to say it. So, really good. Chock full of shit, like the whole time. We're back heavy on a character that I do not feel attached to anymore. So, like, when the scenes with this person are happening, I'm like kind of annoyed the whole time. I tried to do that the absolute best I could. So if it was vague, I'm sorry. I tried to do my best. Let me go get the reread. Let's see if you can guess what it is. Like, shocker, I reread Fourth Wing. Shocker. But the paperback came in. I don't know why it's smaller, but I'm kind of loving that it's like a small, teeny tiny book. Why is it so small? I fully listened to this on audiobook though. So if you want to notch me half a point for reading a book on audiobook, go for it. Now that I'm thinking about it, it messes up all of my stats from earlier. But this is a romantasy. I can add a romantasy to my genres of stats that I did. There's not much to say that has not been said on my channel time and time again. My favorite book, I don't know what you want from me. Amazing. Like, I'm not even going to talk about it because, like, you know, at this point, I love this book and I will forever love this book. And I don't know how many times I will reread this book, but this is my third time reading this book. So thank you. Since that was like a short monthly wrap up, I'm in a conundrum. Let me walk you through my conundrum. So I leave on Saturday to go on a little one-night trip up to go see Luke Combs, I guess trip down to go see Luke Combs in Jacksonville. Leave Saturday, come back Sunday, not a big deal. But then I leave Monday morning for a week-long trip out of the country where I cannot pack a lot of stuff because I'm not trying to buy and like pay for extra luggage. So since I'm on the tandem read, I am not going to be bringing both of those books to Europe. I need to pick a TBR for myself pre-tandem. Like, the tandem is on my TBR for when I get back. Obviously, I'm only gone for a week, so those are still going to be on my May TBR. But I'm going to be in the airport or in a plane for literally like almost 24 hours is what it's going to feel like. So I'm going to read a lot. I don't know how much I'm going to read on my actual trip because I'm going to be freaking tired the whole time. But all the flights there and all the flights back, I'm going to be in the airport literally so many hours. So I need to pick a TBR for that. And I was going to put it in this video. I just need to figure out a fun way to do it. There are also a couple books that I don't want to read yet because I want to read them for another video. So it takes out the tandem read, it takes out all of Throne of Glass, and it takes out like 4 new books that I really, really am excited to read. It makes it quite difficult, I'm not going to lie. Also would be ideal if they were all on Kindle Unlimited, because then I only had to bring my Kindle. So I will be back when I figure that out. And then we're going to pick a TBR together. Thank you. All right, I'm back. I've had some time to think. I actually didn't really even come up with this. Adair did. So I came up with 10 books from Kindle Unlimited because I am determined to not bring a physical book. 10 Kindle Unlimited books. And I put the 2 main colors. Okay. Let's take a deep breath. I covered all of the covers with the main color and then whatever accent color mostly that was on the book so that y'all will not know what it is. I'm gonna have like a color generator pick my TBR for the month. Okay? Before I do anything, this is my first like monthly TBR that I'm gonna be making, and let me state it here first. No part of me is like trying to finish this TBR, you know? I'm not gonna beat myself up to finish these books that get picked because I'm a mood reader. And if no part of me wants to read these books, I'm not going to, just for the sake of the fact that I made this video. So don't yell at me if I have like 2 books at the end of my May wrap up from this list. I'm only gonna pick 5. I'm only gonna pick 5. I'm gonna put all 10 colors, like the main colors, because there's a couple repeat colors. So I'm gonna put all 10 of the main colors or whatever I feel like doing. Whatever will make the most sense in my head into a color generator. And we're gonna get 5 picks, and then I will reveal at the end what they are. Some I own, some I do not own. So Like, as I'm working this out, outside of my head, it's like doesn't fully add up or make sense. As you can see, because I'm going to put them on the screen, I made them little pretty bows out of the accent colors. So I think what I'm going to do, bear with me on this. I think what I'm going to do is, we are working this out at the exact same time. I'm just letting you know. I'm literally working this out on camera with y'all. Oh my god, okay, I fucking figured it out. That was awful. So I'm gonna put the main accent colors or whatever fucking color that in my head makes sense with these books in this wheel, and then we're gonna do a little wheel generator to pick the TBR. That was a lot of brain power for no reason. Hopefully I'm screen recording. God, I don't know how to work anything. I have a color wheel going, and it is picking the colors based off of what I colored on the books, based on the cover. There's a lot happening, and I honestly am not here for it. We're picking 5. I gave myself 10 options. Let's get the first one. Okay, first one is black. I don't even remember what they are, I'm not gonna lie. Pink. The pink looks so silly. I tried to eat with it. It didn't work. Dookie. We got the Dookie colored one. How do I already not remember what these books are? Double Dookie. Alright. Going again. We need 2 more. Light blue. Fun. I do remember that one. And peach. I have no clue what that one is. You know what? Let's just do one more. Just for funsies. Just for fun. Ooh, that was a close one. Maroon. Woo! So we have the 5, kind of 6 that I'm going to choose from. I don't remember what order I picked them. I am so just like bad at this. So bad at this, but y'all are here anyway. The very first one we picked, I believe, was black, which is, drum roll, Behind Her Eyes. This showed up on my TBR like 2 days ago because of a girl on TikTok saying that it is so underrated and that everyone should read this book and that it left her like crazy reeling. Next was pink, which was Wonderland. You get my vibe now, like why I was trying to make it a cool cover. I didn't do a good job. No, I didn't. But I'm excited because I've wanted to read this like for over a year now. Over a year now. And then we picked, bro, how do I already forget what we picked? I'm not kidding. I'm gonna freak out. Okay, next was Dookie. Y'all excited for Dookie? Okay, this one I've had for like a really long time also. It is His and Hers by Alice Feeney. You see the Dookie color? See why I picked that? The tree is kind of a Dookie color. Okay, and then we picked Dookie again, but then we got light blue, which is, I'm so excited actually, Ruthless Vows. This has been a long time coming. I should have read this a while ago and I just haven't yet. Excited to do that one. And then the last number 5 that we picked, even though I did an extra just for fun, was Peach, which is the Graham Effect, which I'm like pleasantly surprised with the Graham Effect. I've heard pretty good things about it, which like shouldn't be shocking because I love the Off-Campus series. So like I should love the Graham Effect. And then our extra one that we picked for funsies was Maroon, which is the Mindfuck series. That has been on my Kindle Unlimited radar since I've got my Kindle Unlimited. Those are our 5 options or 6 options that we are going to go through at the airport. If I end up getting angry and changing my mind and wanting to read the other ones, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I will tell you what the other ones were. Fuchsia was Binding 13, which like probably good because that's a long book, so it would take me a long time. The next was Navy. That was The Perfect Sun by Frida McFadden. It was just kind of like a random throw-in because Frida books are really quick. We had Yellow. I'm kind of upset this didn't get picked, but maybe it's good because it's a second one, but it's Abby Jimenez no, it's yours truly. And Part of Your World is first, so like I know like you can read them as standalones, but I kind of wanted to read them in order. But that's the only one on Kindle Unlimited for some reason. And then Royal Blue was Addicted After All, just the next in the Addicted series. So like I wasn't dying to read that one yet, but I would have enjoyed it. And I think that's it. Those were our 10 options. I'm kind of happy with them. I have a couple in my head that I think I'm gonna start with first, and then we'll see just like how far we get. I genuinely don't know how quickly I'm gonna read in an airport. I'm gonna be stressed. I don't know like how well I'm gonna handle this whole traveling alone thing. So I truly don't know how much time I'm gonna have. You never know. I could come back and having read all of them because I'm gonna be in the airport for so long, or I could come back having read half of a book. So we will see. But I hope you're excited for all of the travel content because I'm gonna be filming when I'm gone. And I'm excited. But as chaotic as that was, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.